In this video, we're going to be making a lightweight concrete mix using 3 parts vermiculite to 1 part Portland cement. It's a medium-sized grain to this. You can find it as a finer grain product, but I don't find that it's really necessary. When you mix the vermiculite together, it kind of breaks down anyway, and that's actually something that you need to be aware of when you're mixing vermiculite. No matter how you're mixing it, whether like in a barrel mixer or in a drill with a paddle, if you are to overmix a vermiculite mix, you'll collapse the vermiculite so much, you'll break the vermiculite pieces into such fine aggregate that the bulk of the yield is lost by like half. It's really, really lost. So there's a little bit of an art to working with vermiculite concrete mixes in that you have to recognize when everything is thoroughly mixed together, because you can't have clumps of cement and clumps of dry aggregate. So you have to recognize when it's fully mixed together, but not so much that it's overmixed that the vermiculite starts to collapse. With some of the other concrete mixes that I've made, I've elected to keep the aggregates dry so that I can kind of record for you how much water I'm using in each mix, just to give you a relative bearing. In the case of vermiculite here, I'm not even going to try it. This stuff is so incredibly absorbent. If you were to try to use it in its driest form, it's just going to bind in the bottom of your bucket or mixer, however you're mixing it, because it's simply going to absorb all the available moisture. And once that happens, it's kind of a pain in the butt, because then you got to get in there and dig it all out of the bottom of the bucket to mix it all together. So I'm going to go ahead and pre-wet my vermiculite aggregate before I make the mix. So the water that you see me add will not be all of the water that I use. I've added some to the vermiculite already, and I recommend that you do as well. Let's get started. This is what we're working with. So all I've done there is I've just mixed the Portland cement and water together, and that's going to allow for a more even distribution of the cement throughout the vermiculite. Okay, now we just have to let it set up, let it cure, and then we can do our strength test. So here we have 2 vermiculite test blocks that we're making. This is a 3-to-1 vermiculite to Portland cement mix, 6-to-1 vermiculite to Portland cement mix, and this bottom one here was a very wet mix. The top one I did quite dry. Hopefully they both consolidated pretty well. They're not fully cured yet, perhaps 10 days old, enough to demold them here, hopefully. The 6-to-1's probably pretty weak, but I'm hopeful that I can get it out of the mold without breaking it at this point, and then I can go ahead and start reusing this mold for some more test blocks. Let's go ahead and get started here. I'm hopeful that I can get that out. Oh, you can hear it. It's very weak, very weak. Such is the nature of lightweight concrete. It's just not very strong. That's kind of the challenge with it. That's what I'm hoping to be able to help a lot with here, is kind of just do a lot of the testing to find the failure points and see what we can do to make this concrete as lightweight as possible, while also hoping to get some strength out of it. And then hopefully you can use this information and apply it to your projects. You know, for a very wet mix, I would have thought I would have had better consolidation there, a good amount of honeycombing. I'll be interested to see if the dry mix is consolidated enough. If the wet mix was, you know, missing a couple spots like that, the dry mix could be much, much worse than that. Okay, this is not cured yet. This needs more time, a few weeks minimum. I want them to be fully cured. 30 days minimum before I weigh them and then break them. So let's go ahead and set this 3-to-1 vermiculite mix aside.